This is We Are West Midlands on BBC Radio WM. I'm Guggan. Now, last up tonight here on this programme, we are going to find out about the BSL Community Chorus. Now, if you haven't heard of these guys before, let me explain that they're from the West Midlands and they're a group who come together to use sign language and they sing. And they sing very, very well indeed, as you're about to hear. In the lead up to next week's, or I should say now this week's Commonwealth Games, in the lead up to the Commonwealth Games, the group have been very, very busy indeed. We'll find out why shortly. Andrew Sombra is creator and director of the BSL Community Chorus, and we're going to have a chat with Andrew in just a moment. But before that, take a listen to one of the songs that the guys have recorded.
When I'm down, feeling low, your love lifts me up. When I'm running around in circles, I know your love lifts me up. When frustration comes and patience goes, your love lifts me up. You fill my cup and it overflows. Your love lifts me up. Your love.
I told you they sounded great, didn't they? That's the BSL Community Chorus and their song Your Love Lifts Me Up. So Andrew Sombra is creator and director of the BSL Community Chorus and is on the line right now. Andrew, a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Guggan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today. So a very busy few weeks, I understand, eh?
It's been a busy few months, actually. It's been a busy year. But here it is. We're finally here. The Commonwealth Games about to begin. And, we're just so pleased to be part of the celebration.
Oh, absolutely. For those that don't know, Andrew, before we talk about what you've been up to and what's coming up, who are the BSL Community Chorus exactly?
Well, we have been put together specially by... at the efforts of the Creative City team for the Birmingham 2022 Cultural Festival to celebrate the Commonwealth Games coming to Birmingham. The festival was launched in March of this year and it runs until September. And this is a kind of a one-off project, hopefully the start of many things. But we've brought together sign language, the languages of the Commonwealth, music and love, and also the communities from across the West Midlands, especially the deaf community who suffered a great deal during the pandemic, not being able to have access to the updates that were given by the government every day at 5 o'clock, and also not being able to lip read because everybody was wearing masks. So that was a really isolating time for everybody, but especially for them. So we wanted to celebrate this language, BSL. Imagine, Guggan, it's like not having access to your own language and being able to communicate. It's not a disability, it's about access. So we wanted to just put this center stage and celebrate with the best of music, with the best of the hearing world, and with the only school in the West Midlands, in Birmingham, for deaf children at primary age, Longwill School for deaf children. So we put that together for this cultural festival.
Fantastic. And just explain to us how the singing and then the signing elements actually come together.
So the song simply says, your love lifts me up, and that could be anybody's love. You can read into that how you will. Now, if you're signing it, sign language is such a rich language. And if you can, I'll give you one thing just to imagine. Make a C if you can with your right hand, the letter C with your thumb and your forefinger. Yep. And the way that they've interpreted this is you put the C towards your chest and raise it to your chin, and that C stands for confidence. Your love gives me confidence. But that C can be for celebrating community, collaboration, and for care, and that's the way that we are communicating this piece. But more than that, we've got a deaf artist called Rebecca who's written something in BSL. I suppose it'd be like somebody writing something in Welsh and then having that translated into music and then into English. And that's what this chorus is special for. So the idea is that the children at Longwill who are deaf, whose native language is sign language, they have taught other children across the West Midlands, and across the Commonwealth. We have an orphan choir from Africa who've learnt this, who are on the video. And the video is the best place to see this because, of course, that's the best access for the deaf community. And it's on YouTube and on the website. You can go and check it out. But this is the way that this is expressed. And whenever we perform it, everybody can sing and sign at the same time and learn something of a different language.
Aha, I get it. Before I forget, what is the website, or what do we look up on YouTube? What am I looking for?
So if you go onto the website is the 3 W's, yourloveliftsmeup.com, just as one, yourloveliftsmeup.com. You'll see on there the official video. There's a tutorial that shows you how to sign it. Again, with the deaf artists we've mentioned and Longwill School, there's stories about the song, the process. You can even learn how to sign the alphabet in BSL. And there'll be a docufilm coming soon that has all the process and how we've put this together. If you go onto YouTube and just put in Your Love Lifts Me Up BSL Chorus, Community Chorus, it'll come up and you'll see everybody on there, all 150 different people, and the singing and the signing, and musicians from Royal Birmingham Conservatoire who work with us to produce the best that we can in the city with the young people of this city.
Superb. I was saying, and you were telling us that you've been very, very busy, not only just over the last few weeks, but the last few months, really, with Birmingham 2022. There have been flash mobs and all sorts going on, right?
Yes. So when we launched it, we had some live performances one has put on because, of course, the way to communicate it is to sing and sign together. So we started with a performance in Victoria Square for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And then we had a flash mob at New Street Station in early June. We've also had an event in our area, King Standing, which we called Sing Standing. On the day, sadly, if you remember, Gagan, there was a big explosion one Sunday evening, a gas explosion that made the news, the national news. But it was on the morning of that day that we had that event. And then also we've had something at Royal Birmingham Conservatoire called Voice of Our City, where we had over 100 people join together for this musical celebration. And this piece was part of that celebration. And then earlier this month at the UNICEF Rights Respecting Celebrations, Longwill School presented this chorus to big cheers from the audience and lots of kids signing along and singing along. And kind of taking this message across, because BSL has now become a recognized language. So whenever you go to the doctor, you or anyone who's hearing, you can explain what's wrong with you. But if you're deaf, you've got to have interpretation for absolutely everything. And so now that act means that this can be provided in the same way that access is provided for other people with challenges. So we've been celebrating this, and then of course, the pinnacle could be today on your show. How about that?
Brilliant. Yes, absolutely. Andrew, what's happening for the rest of the summer then? What are you up to over the next couple of weeks?
So for the next couple of weeks, what we're doing, because of this chorus, we are going along to have a look at the dress rehearsal for the opening ceremony on Tuesday. And that will be good. I mean, the chorus won't be part of that, but we are able to go along and be part of that because it's in our area where the Alexander Stadium is. That's where we're local to. And also going forward, we're going to continue with obviously having this on the website and online so people can go on and sing and sign along. And then this docu-film that we're creating, we will hopefully finish before the end of the summer, and people can see the process of how this came together. So we're hoping going forward that we'll continue to champion the voices of the unheard and amplify them, and the deaf community, and those who are kind of forgotten in our community. We want to start a community choir that just continues this feeling of goodwill and celebration that has begun.
And best wishes to you guys. Some absolutely brilliant work you're doing. Thank you, Andrew, for telling us about the BSL Community Chorus. And best wishes, as I said to you. Enjoy the next few weeks.
Thank you. And I hope that you might be able to play the chorus in its entirety at some point. That would be really good.
Oh, that would be really good, actually. Yeah, we'll arrange that. I'm sure we'll sort it out. Andrew, thank you
so much.
Thank you very much indeed. Andrew Sombra, creator and director of the BSL Community Chorus.